self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are Conversation Con Artists.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am Calamity Red.
And we are Conversation Con Artists back here for another wonderful episode.
Fabolous.
What is... No. Didn't Fabulous get his tooth fixed? His chip tooth
I think he did finally. It took him a long time because he had said he wasn't going to get it fixed at first.
Man, he had put that shit in his songs.
That he wasn't going to get it fixed?
Yeah.
Well, he
like
did
it don't matter how chipped my tooth is.
Yeah, but...
Shit like that.
He got it fixed. And I don't even know why I did that because we're not even talking about Fabulous, but we talking about Ray J, and I can't think about Ray J without Fabulous because of the whole rape incident. We going to get to it, though.
If I had one wish.
Oh, Jesus. Hate him as an artist. I hate his voice. I hate it.
All his wishes were terrible. Like, if he had one wish, why would you wish for ultimate fucking power? Like, what are the limits to the wish, is what I'm saying. Is it just a relationship-related wish?
Yeah. That's all he was hoping and wishing and praying for.
No, fuck that. Like, if I had one wish.
We would be best friends.
No, I would have ultimate manipulative powers to make you what the hell I want you to be in my life.
That's not a romance song. That's a scary song. I think he was going for romantic, not scary.
But you know, that goes into the genre of songs where they done fucked up so bad that it ain't really shit you can do.
Yeah, but I don't want the last ditch effort to be let me get total power so I can make you do what the fuck I want you to do.
But what I'm saying is, it's not a romantic song in the sense that it's gonna make a woman want you. It's gonna make a woman be mad at you because you done fucked up. The same as Lenny Williams.
Girl, you know I love you. No matter what.
It's a part in that song where he says, I went up to her house, her car was in the driveway, I knocked on the door and she didn't answer. Nigga, what did you do? She know that you know she's there.
Yes.
But whatever you did is bad enough for her to still sit on the couch watching whatever ratchet ass shit she watching on TV, knowing you out there.
Did they have ratchet shit back when he sung this song? I don't think they did. I mean, I guess they had their stories. No. There's always been soap operas, right?
I guess you're right. The ratchet shit they had to watch was just go to town hall meetings, I guess. Watch racist shit happen. Watch black people fight for rights. But that's what I'm saying. Like that, it's in that genre of songs where it's like, you fucked up. This ain't really a romantic song. So if you got one wish, Ray J, at this point, you might as well either wish for her to be dunked on. I wish for you to disintegrate.
Wasn't that the song where that nigga was outside in the rain singing? Was that when he outside?
What video he ain't outside in some rain? Him and Omarion.
Yeah. Oh God.
They bounce ideas off of each other. They go in the rain and dance.
Yeah.
Ray J don't really dance.
Thank God. He don't really strike me as somebody.
He gotta do something good. He probably play video games real good or some shit. Some shit we'll never be able to quantify.
Yeah, probably.
He probably roll blunts real good. Like he the best blunt roller, but you can't show nobody that on TV. Like I'm pretty sure he got some redeemable qualities for hood niggas.
Yeah.
But just not for regular people.
I mean, that rape, we gonna get to it. And he didn't rape anybody because, like I said that twice now, and I realized that everybody might not know what I'm talking about. He had, and how Fabulous ties into that. Apparently, Ray J has people on his payroll that he was gonna pay to rape Fabulous at one point because they was into it. But we gonna get to it. Tell them about the website.
Go check out the website www.conversationconartists.com. Check out our new story with articles linked to it, our old stories. Our old episodes, as well as leave us some feedback on the left side of that screen.
Booty goons.
Booty goons.
Yes, that's what they were called. But go ahead. It just came to me.
Okay. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. MISTER_on-point.
And I can be found at Red_Calamity. Also, we are still doing the listener letter portion of the show. So if you have a question you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it into the website or you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartists with an S @gmail.com. We have 2 questions today. One of them being, what is the best thing about being in your position in your family? So for me, that would be, I'm a middle child because I have 2 older brothers and a younger brother, and you were the oldest, correct? Or are you a middle child? You're a middle child.
Kind of. It's weird. It's weird. If you go by Alfred Adler's birth order, which there is a prominent psychologist named Alfred Adler that got a whole outline system of how birth order affects every child. And there is an age gap in which that starts over. If I think 5 years between one sibling starts the system over. So my sister is more than 5 years older than me. So technically I'm the oldest as it pertains to my brother.
Okay.
And since me and my sister didn't grow up, I grew up as the oldest sibling in the house.
Okay.
But I have older siblings.
Okay.
So I have kind of a weird dynamic with that.
I mean, but for all intents and purposes, then in your situation, you were the oldest in your household for the majority of your growing up years, right?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, for me, like I said, I'm the middle child, 2 older brothers, 1 younger brother. One of the biggest benefits, and this isn't even necessarily because I'm just a middle child, it's because of the brother that came before me. But like, so the way that our like academics were set up, my oldest brother was like real smart, like valedictorian of his senior class, never got in trouble in school, was just a great student. My next oldest brother, not so much. Not so much. So coming after him and being a good student, the bar was set so low for me because of how horrible he was that like me coming behind him making A's like was even it was an even bigger deal. Like, oh, that's one of them. That's Mike's sister. And she's performing like that. Like, it made it so much easier in school for me because I was the complete opposite of him. Now, for my younger brother, he might say it a little differently because coming after me, the expectation was that he was going to be this like great student, and he's smart, but like he ain't like a school person. And so that was a struggle for him because he was constantly being compared to me, and it wasn't a good thing. But for me, being compared to him was great because shit, he had done fucked up so much that it was just easy. It was like easy peasy for me.
Okay. So my brother, my younger brother, so in what that household, I was the oldest sibling. My mama had a really weird dynamic for us that still plays out today. So for parents of multiple siblings, I need you to understand that how you expect your children to handle each other's problems and respond to each other's problems makes a difference. So let me just say my example. Anytime my brother did some bullshit, I would get in trouble too because I was old enough to know better than to let him get into something he got into.
What?
Every time.
That ain't your responsibility?
It ain't my responsibility, but my mama worked third shift and she slept in the daytime. And so she felt like the person that was most responsible in the house was me.
But you were
because
a kid.
I was, and I was older.
But you were a kid. How much older than him are you?
Like 2.5 years.
Oh, okay. That's not a big ass
I know that. I'm saying that my mama didn't, and there are parents out here who don't.
Yeah.
And so what that meant was whenever my brother started to get into some shit, I would be micromanaging his experience in life, and he would be looking to me for help when he did some bullshit. And so it still plays out today. When my brother called me and have a problem, subconsciously I feel like it's a bit of my responsibility to help him out of that problem. Just the same as when he's in a problem, he feel like it's his priority to call me so that he can help figure out how to get out of it. Now, he's elevated to a point where he don't need help like that, and I'm proud of him for the direction that he's moved in terms of moving away from that. Mm-hmm. But that was the dynamic that my mama created between me and my brother because of that. What was the original question? What
was good about your position in your family? Good things.
It wasn't really shit good. about me being the older sibling, considering that a lot of it just meant I was expected to be responsible for myself and for him.
Yeah.
So it wasn't nothing about being older coming from my mama. Coming from my grandparents, still nothing. They didn't treat us different. We so close in age and size.
Yeah.
We just look the same in age and size most of my life. And even me being older and him being my same size, we wore the same clothes. Like, we were real poor. The only thing we didn't share was shoes. And we didn't end up being in the same grade until he was in the 9th grade and I was in the 12th grade. And he would still wear the same clothes I was wearing.
Same school. You said same grade.
Yeah, I meant same school. Yeah, I meant same school. We didn't go into the same school until I was in the 12th grade and he was in the 9th grade. And the only thing we didn't share was shoes. He wore all my same, like, I wore a shirt one day and he'll wear it the fucking next day. And I'll be like, JD, what the fuck you doing, bro? You know, it's like me and my brother was so fucking irrelevant in the school that nobody looked and saw that was the same shirt.
But you, in your mind, when
I knew it.
Yeah. And
I wanted to uppercut his ass every day I saw him do that shit, you know? Which was okay when he was in the 8th grade and I was in the 11th grade. We were in different schools. But it just, it really hadn't been no perks to being the older sibling.
I mean, that was my really only perk, because as a middle child, you kind of get lost in the shuffle a little bit. Like, you know, my younger brother, of course, is going to get attention because he's the youngest, and, you know, we're 5 years apart. So because of that, he was young enough to, like, need special attention when I was just getting to where I was not necessarily needing as much. And then because I was a good student and because I was kind of quiet and didn't really get in trouble, I kind of just got lost and didn't get a whole lot of attention, which is probably why I don't like attention now, because I just became accustomed to kind of blending into the background and just kind of existing. Now the brother above me, I guess technically we're both middle children, but he was so, like, his personality was such that he demanded attention wherever he went, and he demanded attention from my parents because he was always getting into shit. And so, I mean, the only perk came from school, and I wouldn't say anything else was good about being a middle child. Like I said, it kind of became expected for me to make good grades, so I wasn't celebrated for doing it. After a while, it was just kind of like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me sign your report card. It wasn't like, good job, or all of that shit went out the window. It was just kind of an expectation that that's what Red is going to do. And so, yeah, I don't think there was any other perks of being a middle child.
I was 3 years old when my pops got locked up and went to jail. And at that point in time, my sister and my older brother were living with me at the time. Mm-hmm. We were all living together. And I think my mama was pregnant with my little brother. He was either an infant. But either way, I vaguely remember having support from my older siblings and being glad that I had two older people to look up to when I was a kid. I just remember having all positive thoughts and feelings about my older sister and brother when I was little. So it was really hard separating from them. I won't say it was really hard because I don't remember the level of difficulty that it was, but I do remember having positive feelings about having my sister there. And because we have different moms, my daddy going to jail split us up to our respective
moms.
Sides of the family. And so we didn't really get to see each other a lot during our childhoods either. And we only lived like 15 minutes away from each other. But, you know, we didn't see each other that much.
I'm the only girl, so, like, my brothers were just kind of there. Like, me and William are the closest because we were the ones in the house for the longest amount of time together. And as far as, like, in relation to everybody else, we're the closest in age because everybody else is, like, way older than us. So, me and him are still pretty close, but my other two brothers, they're just my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't, like, my oldest brother is 10 years older than me. So by the time I got to be going to school, he was 15 already. So we didn't really you know, he was, by the time I got to like where memories make a difference and I can remember stuff, he was getting ready to leave. He was getting ready to graduate and go to college. I remember him leaving, going to Auburn, and I remember going to his college graduation when he graduated from Auburn, but I wasn't really close to them. And so then my experience as a middle child is also a little bit different because it's the middle child only girl.
I might have talked about this on the podcast before. I don't know. But I want to tell the story of the day that my brother decided that he ain't going to listen to me no more.
Was that the car?
The car.
Oh, no. Where you were
Oh, nah, the close quarters ass whooping. Nah, that wasn't the close quarters ass whooping. This was different. The car situation was the most impressive close quarters ass whooping I ever seen my mama give. We never seen that again because once you see it one time, you know you don't want to see it no more. But it was when I wrote my brother's name on the mirror. Okay, so my mama was gone.
Okay.
She irresponsibly left us at home too young sometimes. Mm-hmm. So we were, you know, in Alabama at least, which is frowned upon if you leave children under 13 years old at home alone. Mm-hmm. And I was not 13 when this happened. Like I was probably 10 or 11. Okay. You know, but we didn't burn the house down. Nobody died. No bullshit happened. But one day I went into the bathroom and I know my brother had been struggling writing his name on his papers at school. He was writing his E's backwards. He would write everything good, but his E's would be backwards. Okay. And in my head, I was like, you know what? It'll be a good joke to write my brother's name on this bathroom mirror in my mama's lipstick. And she gonna come in and it's gonna be hilarious. Oh, I remember. JD gonna come into the bathroom. It's gonna be hilarious. Everybody's gonna get a good laugh. It's gonna be hilarious. And so I get her makeup. And my mama didn't buy shit but cheap makeup. It ain't like no MAC. It wasn't no major shit. She been working at Walmart since 1988. So it wasn't no big deal. You know, the makeup she had. I wrote the name, wrote the E backwards. I was like, yeah, mama gonna get a good laugh.
Why would you think that she was gonna think it was funny?
I was a dumbass fucking kid. I don't know. And when I say I was a dumb kid, I don't mean every kid was dumb. I was not a smart kid. I didn't come into my intelligence until later on in life, okay? I don't know what that was, but I didn't come into my intelligence until later. I didn't think about a lot of shit. I didn't talk much. And she came into that bathroom. She yelled JD with such a thunderous voice, I knew immediately that shit was not a joke anymore. If it was ever a joke, that shit ain't a joke now. JD went into the bathroom and he didn't know what the hell was going on. She said, JD, what you do that for? And clearly he just like, this is the first time I seen this. She started beating his ass. And I watched a video the other day that had, it was an Asian gentleman. I don't know what his nationality was in terms of what country he came from, but he was going around asking white people the worst whoopings they got. And they were saying shit like, got my skateboard took away. Or one of them said, I beat my dad's ass. But the Japanese, Latino, and black folks, bruh, everybody been abused. Everybody has been abused in these, brown cultures. My brother started getting his ass beat like it was abuse. It wasn't discipline, okay? And I went in and I stopped her and told her it was me. I had assessed that what I did was wrong. It wasn't no joke because mama was mad. I didn't expect my brother to get an ass whooping, but since he started getting one, I felt the morally right thing to do was to go in there and stop her from whooping him and say, I did it. I was ready to take whatever ass whooping I was finna get. She laughed and then stopped whooping him and just left out the bathroom like ain't shit ever happened before. And I know my brother was sitting there like, what the fuck? Beat his ass, mama. What is you doing? I did not get a whooping for that. I think that's the day my brother was like, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Bitch. I think that was the day.
Yeah. I would
I didn't know what was
listen to
gonna
your
happen.
ass too. I don't give a shit. That don't get my ass unwhooped because you didn't know about it.
Listen, I was willing to take the responsibility. I know it was fucked up, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. You got your ass beat, did you? At the end of the day, you know, I'm trying to be as nice as I can be. If you ain't gonna give me credit for that little bit of niceness.
I never got I got myself in trouble. Like, I never got again, me and my younger brother were the one at the house the longest. I think I've told stories of how I didn't like him. And so when he came along is when I really started getting whoopings. And the worst whoopings I got were based around him and fucking with him. So I never got him in trouble. I just got myself in trouble by fucking with him. So, but...
What else, my brother? He threw a rock at my head and fucked me up. No, it wasn't a rock, it was a battery. It was just outside fucking around. I threw a pecan at his ass. Or
that
pecan, however you say that shit.
That's
how you
not
say
equal. Pecan.
Pecan. I throw a pecan at his ass. Bloop. And I was running away. I was like, ha, 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 ha. It wasn't one of them things that hurt. It was one of them things that hurt his pride more than anything because, you know, I actually hit him. He picked up the nearest thing he could find on the ground, which was in the field we was in. Happened to be a fucking D-sized battery outside on the ground somewhere. He picked it up and slung that junk. The accuracy that he used to throw that fucking battery, that shit was impressive. I'm not gonna lie. That shit took me off of my feet. I was running, and so it hit me at the side, and my feet was like sideways, and I was hitting the ground. And the worst thing you could do with my mama is wake her up. She worked third shift at Walmart. The worst thing you could do in the daytime was wake her up. That's why she never let us go outside, because she didn't want shit like this happening. I ran in there crying. He got his ass beat, and I got my ass beat. That was the unpredictable shit with my mama. You never knew when she was gonna beat everybody's ass, or just beat the ass of the person responsible, or beat the ass of the person that ain't responsible, but not beat the ass of the person that's responsible. It was just unpredictable. And that goes into how I work with my parents today. Consistency is fucking important. My mama would whoop us for shit she wouldn't normally have because she had a bad day.
Oh, yeah,
and she would whoop us for shit that she wouldn't normally do because she had a good day. You gotta be consistent. If you whoop them about some shit at the beginning of the year, you gotta whoop them about that same shit at the end of the year.
You don't ever whoop kids when you upset. This is why I work with a lot of DHR folks, and that's never a good idea. Never is that a good idea. If you mad, especially about some unrelated shit, and the kid happened to do something at that time, that is not the time to punish them, because you're gonna end up sitting in my office and your kid gonna be either in foster care with grandma or auntie or...
And it's okay to not punish them right now.
Yep.
It's okay to go take a break, read a book, watch your favorite TV show, come back to them and say, hey, you know
down.
What you did was messed up, and you know when you do stuff that mess up, I whoop you, so get ready for this whooping. When you do it mad, you put an impression of your anger on it on top of the consequences. And sometimes that's how discipline turns into abuse, because you're so angry that you putting that extra force on it, and you ain't really paying attention to what you're doing.
And they're not dogs, okay? They're not going, if you don't punish them immediately, it's not like they're going to be like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, they're not dogs. They are aware, and because you can actually communicate with them, you can have a comment, like, you know what you did. You remember, 10 minutes ago when I came in here, and it was peanut butter all over the walls, and I had to clean that shit up, like, you can communicate. They're not dogs. I think people get what you're supposed to do with dogs confused what you do with kids. Dogs ain't gonna remember later on what the fuck it is they did. Kids do, because I can tell you this. Every time I did some fucked up shit, I remember that. And it was worse when my mom waited, because I'm just waiting on, like, I know she gonna come in here and whoop my ass. Like, I know she is. I didn't just forget about what I had done because she didn't punish me immediately. I absolutely knew what the fuck I had done. And I was terrified because I didn't know what punish. I didn't know if she was gonna come and whoop me. I didn't know if she was gonna take my toys away. Like, I'm waiting on Judgment Day, essentially.
You ever went to church? So this is the experience I had. We used to go to church. I'm just talking about all my childhood whoopings and shit. We used to go to church. My mama, she fucks with church, okay? We went to church 5-6 days a week for various different reasons and events and stuff that was going on. We was in church a lot. And so on Sundays, my mama she would make us remember 3 things that the pastor said, or five things that the pastor said.
God.
And You know, a lot of times we couldn't remember. I found out later on that she didn't know what the hell the pastor was talking about. So you just make shit up that sound good, and she'll be like, "Okay, I don't remember hearing that, but you know, blah blah blah," and we would get a whooping. But I remember when we were younger, we used to do shit in church. Like we used to start doing shit, and she'll look at us and be like, first she give you that look.
Yeah.
The second thing she do is give you that pinch.
Oh yeah.
If she with you.
Hate that shit.
Because my mom used to sing in the choir and play the piano, so she wasn't always there with us. The next thing was, you getting a whooping when you get home. Oh, shit. I was so good after that phrase. It's like, I got to recover. I can show her I can be the best little boy in church ever. I'm going to be good. I'll be standing up singing the songs. I'll be turning the pages in the Bible. I don't even know where the hell the chapter's at. And you look stupid trying to use the table of contents in the Bible in the church. Like, I feel like people look at you and they think you disrespectful because you should know where that shit at anyway. And so I never looked at it. I just kept skimming through it. But at least I was giving some effort. And then, you know, she don't say nothing. Get home. Quiet. She watching TV. What y'all want to eat. Everything all good. Surprise ass whooping fucking out of nowhere. That shit never worked.
Nope.
You
but
know?
you didn't forget, like, and that's something the parents that I work with is like, they're not gonna forget. Like, you do not have to immediately punish your child after they do something, especially if you pissed off about it. If they fuck with the Jordans that you just bought and they took some scissors to them shits, wait. Just wait. Cause you don't need to, you know, whoop your kid like it's somebody in the club that did this shit. Like, you need to calm the fuck down. Like, they're not gonna forget. I was a kid and I can completely remember my mom waiting to whoop me, and it was a horrible experience because I knew it was coming. I absolutely knew. I knew I had fucked up. I knew I remembered it and she remembered it, and she was gonna whoop my ass at some point. Like, I wasn't walking around like, cha la 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 la, I didn't get a whooping. No, it's shit. When is she gonna do it?
So I gotta go to the example that you just made. You mean if somebody took some scissors to a pair of Jordans?
Mm-hmm. If you had like a 4-year-old that just was gonna cut some.
I was gonna ask, what did y'all call cheap ass shoes? Where you from?
Oh, skits.
A friend of mine said scats, and I was like,
scat.
shit. Like dookie. Like, we used to call them buddies.
We call them scat. But don't nobody know that scat is shit until you get older and you watch some fucking documentary and you find out that some animal is called scat. You don't know that as a kid.
I know. I'm just saying, as an adult, I was like, why would you call it scat? Where did that name even come from? I mean, I don't know where the fuck buddies came from either.
I don't know where scats came from,
but cutting up some Jordans that belong to you would get natural consequences. Cause you gonna get some buddies.
No,
you get some Voights and Spaldings.
If they cut up kids don't necessarily fuck they shit up. Like, if they cut your shoes and you came home in the Jordans that you bought for yourself, had some scissors taken to her.
One, I feel like if you got a child that would cut up your Jordans, then you should treat your shoes like you would with dogs. You need to put them holes up too high for them to get to, and if you don't, then it's your fault pretty much.
You're not gonna see it that way. No.
Two, it's already a big ass DHR problem if your kid walking around the house with scissors and they 4 years old. They might be about to damn kill themselves. Like, cutting your Jordans up is the best case scenario.
I mean, I wasn't for it, but like, okay, so
you cut some shoes up?
No, I didn't cut up shoes.
I was just, that wasn't a personal story.
I cut up socks.
Oh shit!
Not shoes.
It was close.
Socks though, but I had a good reason for it because we were poor, and I had Barbie dolls, and my Barbie dolls, I had got tired of them wearing the same outfits, so I was making them clothes.
So you took human clothes.
I took human socks,
which are human size. Did that work?
You can cut socks down.
Like, what did you sew them up at the back and put them around their feet? How did that work?
No, okay, so you take the top of the sock, cut it off, right? It could be a tunic. You just cut holes in the side for her arms to go. She got a tunic on. Same thing.
What did you call a tunic when you was a kid? You didn't call that shit no damn
sweater.
Tunic.
A sweater.
Okay, so sweater for.
She had on a sweater. Yeah. But so yeah, and my mom beat my ass because so my socks weren't like long enough, and I didn't have the colors I needed. So I cut up some of her socks. And when she came in my room and saw them dolls rocking her finest Hanes for her, she whooped my ass.
Was your mama like a whoop talker? Mm-hmm. What she was saying? Do you remember?
I know you ain't winning that. Cut up my good socks. I bought you clothes for them dolls. You ain't no, what are they called? You ain't no seamstress cutting this stuff up. Why you didn't cut up your socks? And so I'm crying, trying to make it better, but I did. No, this don't make it better. In my mind, though, like maybe if she knows that I cut up my own socks too, but I needed purple, and I didn't say the purple part, but I needed certain colors for outfits, and she had them in her room. But yeah, I cut up my mom's socks to make doll clothes.
Yeah.
Like I made all kind of clothes, man.
With
like,
your mama socks.
Yeah.
That was a bad decision.
It was, but that's what I'm saying. So if your kid cut up some of your shit, or the kids like knock stuff off, you don't whoop them when you're angry, especially if you're angry about it because it's your personal shit. Like you wait and understand that they kids. And that the kid didn't do it because they want to fuck your shit up. Like I wasn't even thinking. My mom got plenty of socks. I'm thinking my dolls need clothes. That made perfect sense to me. In my kid logic, she got plenty of other socks. My dolls don't have no clothes. Oh, they don't have enough. Who gonna wear the same outfit all the time? Ew. So for me it made sense, but for my mama she was not happy. She was not happy. And like I cut up my good sock. You know the church socks that had the little ruffles around it? That was a skirt.
Oh shit. Yeah.
With ruffles at the bottom.
Bad fucking decisions.
Oh, my mama was so mad.
Did that all to yourself.
I did. Quickly, the second question, because we've gone a long time on that.
Yeah.
Hardest thing about being single.
Hardest thing about being single. You know what? The hardest thing about being single is how to date.
Yeah.
Like not dating. I'm okay with dating. If I can get somebody in front of me at a table, it'll be pretty easy for me to rally her on my side or quickly realize that she is not
that she's
not for this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm okay with that. I ain't really got no anxiety or nervousness. I'm gonna talk to you and we're gonna have a great conversation, or you're gonna be weird, or I'm gonna be too weird to you, you know, because I'm a weird person. Intermission, I'm sorry. I had a dream last night, and you know how my dreams go.
How is this an intermission for the date? Does it have?
It's just the variable as to, because I when I go out with people, I ask them if they dream a lot, because I dream a lot, and I question whether I should tell people my dreams.
No,
sometimes.
Based on the other dreams that I've heard, absolutely fucking not. No.
I'm gonna tell this dream so it'll be record of it, because I'm gonna forget it soon. But I had a dream that I came into my apartment, like this apartment, and I went to the back, but it wasn't my apartment. Nothing in here was what it was, and it was a Mexican family in the back. And they got scared when they saw me, so I thought they was finna try to kill me. So I ran outside of my apartment, and I ran outside of the building. And as soon as I stepped out into where the outside is, I started falling up. Like I was being like gravity was doing to me what it do to us on the ground, but it was like pulling me up. And so I had no idea what was happening. So it was a big open window next to where I was falling up. And so I pulled myself into it, and then I fell to the ceiling, and I was walking on the ceiling. And then it was a nice white family in there, a woman and 2 kids. And they got terrified. So the 2 kids started to try to kill me. What they tried to kill me with were the cymbals from a drum set. They was trying to slice me like Kung Lao hat type situation. And so I jumped back out the window, and I started back falling up. But it turns out me falling up just meant I could fly, and I just didn't know it. And I flew away.
Don't tell people your dreams.
So that's the level of weirdness that a woman might experience from me, where she be like, "This nigga is crazy. He gonna pay for this food, and I'll never talk to him again."
Oh, I mean, this because you derailed this, but I figured out why I don't have dreams.
Why not?
I take sleep aids because I can't sleep, and anytime I fall asleep on the couch before I've taken my medicine, I actually dream, and it's like the same dream all the time. It'll like go a little further, it might cut out, but it's like the same dream.
Well, you always wake up when you're on the couch too, right? Mm-hmm. And that's a variable because we normally forget our dreams in the fourth phase of sleep. So people who don't dream or don't remember their dreams, they typically getting a well-rested night full of sleep. People who remember their dreams a lot are getting their sleep interrupted during their third phase often, whether that's a noise that happened consistently at that time that wakes you up, whether it's apneas that kind of pull you out of your sleep. But a lot of people who remember their dream, and I know mine is, I have apneas and they happen during my third phase of sleep. I found it out during my sleep study.
The only way, so that's why I take sleep aids, because I don't sleep well if I don't. Like, I wake up at like weird times. I don't really know why. But I have a room that's like really girly, which is not me. It's like white and pink, and I'm always trying to figure out the best way to like arrange the furniture in the room, and I can never get it the way that I want to. And so like last night, the issue was I had a office that I wanted to put in the room. Like, it's just me rearranging furniture. I don't know what the fuck.
So the room is your life and the furniture are the parts that make up your life, and you're trying to figure out where in the fuck they go. Can't never get it quite right.
Nope.
What?
I can't. No, I'm saying, yeah, I can't.
Yeah, you can't get it quite right. Dreams always represent something. We just don't know what the fuck they represent. So if somebody tell you that they can tell you your dreams, I don't know. They trying to sell your ass a dream.
I rarely have, like, and it's because I take sleep. Like, I figured that out. Anytime I forget to take it, or if I fall asleep before I take it, because sometimes I'll fall asleep watching TV, I'll dream. That's the only time I dream, though. Okay. Otherwise, I don't dream. But how did that go? The reason that yes.
That would be a reason that somebody would find me as weird. So I don't have a problem with dating in that sense. How to date is the question. How to get a person in front of you of quality is the question. Now you can go to Tagged and you can go to the low profile Plenty of Fish side, and you can always get somebody in front of you. But to get somebody of quality, because we in this weird place right now where social dating sites have really polarized how you meet people.
Yeah.
Everybody who go out meet everybody that's out, and everybody who stay in meet everybody that's online.
Yep.
And the people who go out don't ever really talk to the people that stay online and inside. And the people that's inside never go out nowhere, so they don't meet nobody. And so we make it real awkward for people who go out and people come and interact with people, because it's real easy to say what you want to say to a person when you can just see their picture, their profile, and be like, let me figure out what I want to say in 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And type a good response.
As opposed to off the cuff.
Exactly. Right, it's like right there. It's like, your shoes. I like them. Now you look like a dickhead, and she's gone, and like, that weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Like, so getting the people in front of me being single is not easy.
I think
that's the hardest part.
I think I've been single too long, and because of that, it's like I don't want to be single, but I also don't want to put in the work to not. Like, I don't. Like, I hate dating. I don't like it. It's not enjoyable to me. I hate to get to know you shit, and I have to do that over and over and over again, and I don't find that enjoyable. Like, I fucking hate it. And so for me, it's making myself like be involved and like try because I don't, it's like, and then when I think about having to, like, I'm gonna have to dedicate time to this person, and so like, and it's not like I got so much shit going on, mind you, do not get it twisted. I'm not so busy as to what this would be an issue, but it's like I would have to take time away from myself where I'm just like chilling. Like, and the idea of doing, and that, a lot of people have said, well, you just haven't met anybody that like would make it where it was worthwhile, and maybe that's true, but I don't even get excited. Like I gave, and this is so stupid to me because it turned out so bad. Somebody that like I don't work with him, but he works in my complex of where my office is. He like does the electric work, and he. Oh Lord. Like it's the situation where like at first I was like, yes, I met somebody in real life because I was like, maybe I don't need to do this online shit. Like maybe I need to like put myself in places where I can like meet people in like person, and maybe that'll be better than what this online shit, because I had no luck online. But he was so fucking weird. Like was 41, had 2 kids. One of the kids is in college, one of them was 7. The one in college, he was like complaining about how spoiled she was and how ungrateful. And I'm like, well, nigga, that's your fault for making her that. Like, you made her that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get mad at her now because she don't want to do shit. You never made her or made it to where she had to do anything. So that's what happens. He also is very much into astrology, and so it pissed me off because like he asked me what my sign was, which is already like, what? People still ask that? And then when I told him I was a Sagittarius, he like just decided he knew all of this stuff about me. And I was just like, wouldn't it make more sense for you to like ask me questions? Like you done took 20 minutes of this conversation devoted to telling me about me. Like instead of like inquiring and trying to like learn about who I am. So that was already like, the fuck is wrong with this dude?
You know what? Like, I don't like that shit either.
No.
Because I don't know. I'm not even interested enough to go to find out what in the shit's going on with Leo. But like, I met women who be like, "What's your sign?" Leo. Bitch, how dare you? How dare you respond that way to my sign? Clearly, you're not interested. Okay. Like, don't play poker. You don't have a poker face.
But guess what? If it's that important, well, this was an in-person thing, so there was no way to know. But I feel like online, if you're that fucking determined to not date a Leo, put that shit in your profile so I can avoid you and just be like, she don't want a Leo, or they don't want a Sagittarius. Let me just not fuck with them. If that's that important to you. But it was just not a good match, and so now it's gonna be awkward because I'm not good at like. Okay, so I am good at hurting people's feelings unintentionally, but I don't intentionally do it. Like, so I didn't want to just be like, nigga, you weird and this ain't gonna work. So I did what cowards do. And actually he got mad at me and hadn't said nothing else to me. So I didn't say anything else to him. And very quickly, the reason he got mad at me is because I talked to this nigga for like almost an hour. And when I get home from work, I have shit to do. I have 2 dogs that I have to walk separately because the puppy is so big and he needs like, I have to walk him by his fucking self. Okay. It's like 100 degrees in Alabama right now. So me going outside right when I get off work, taking 2 separate walks back to back, leaves me sweaty as shit. And I feel icky. So the first thing I do when I get home from work every day is take a shower after I walk the dog. Like I got shit to do. Then I got to feed them. I got to feed myself. I got shit to do. So I talk to him while I walk the dogs. Once the dogs are walked down to me get in the shower, I was like, hey, you know what? I got to do this. I'll just talk to you later. So in his mind, talk to you later apparently meant I was going to call this motherfucker back, which I did not say. He didn't call me back, okay? Instead of him calling me back, he sent me this passive-aggressive ass message that was like, I wish you would have told me that you had stuff to do because I was waiting on you to call me back. That might be a stretch, but like I said, I was waiting on, nigga, what? You just met me today. Like, why would you be sitting by the phone waiting for me to fucking call? You 41. We ain't in high school. The fuck is you doing? I had shit to do. And I ain't really no sit on the phone all night, motherfucker. I'm not that kind of girl. I don't want to talk to you on the phone all night. I don't.
Those expectations on day one ain't going to translate very well over into a relationship.
Not with Red. Not with me.
You know.
Fuck that.
The thing is, people act as if online dating somehow means that you ain't gonna find shit worth a damn. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, as dating wise.
Yeah.
The difference between online dating and real dating is in the time that you talk to 5 people in real life, you've talked to 200 people online.
Yeah.
You know, it just saves a shitload of time. But this is a stupid ass analogy, but it's like a regular bag of Skittles. Is dating out here in real life, where you go meet people. It's a regular bag of Skittles, and in that bag of Skittles is a couple of poisonous ass Skittles that'll murder your ass. Online dating is like getting that big ass value 40-ounce pack bag of Skittles. But it's like 100 poisonous Skittles in that bitch. Like, you're going to run into more people, but you're going to run into more potential rapists, more potential murderers, more potential wasters of your time, where you're going to have to reclaim my time 2017 out here on their ass.
I'm reclaiming my time. I should have said that to him. That's all I really wish that I had to just text back and be like, reclaiming my time.
That's what you needed at the end of every dude you ever get into a text situation with that you realize it ain't going nowhere. You should just put reclaiming my time. Hashtag reclaiming my time. However long you spent with them.
Damn, I wish I could have did that shit. I should have did that, but he legit
flew over that nigga head.
He legit it would have, because he don't look like he would have been up to like current events and known that shit. But like he literally didn't say nothing else to me, and I guess he was like waiting on me to, bitch, don't play those games with me. I'm the wrong one. I'm the queen, and I calling motherfuckers back or just ignoring you. I can do that all day long. So I just didn't call him back. He ain't called me back, and I'm just I don't know what the fuck gonna happen when I see this nigga again outside, though. It's gonna be an awkward situation, but I'll deal with that. Because I couldn't be bothered. But yeah, so for me, the hardest part is just dating in general. Like, I don't like being single, but I also don't like dating. And so it's like being between a rock and a hard place. So I hate dating. It's awful. I
don't understand the phrase between a rock and a hard place.
Because both places are hard.
Well, why choose a rock?
Because a rock is hard.
But a rock is little. Like, how big of a rock are we talking about?
Would you feel better if it was between a boulder and a hard place?
It would make a lot more sense than a rock and a hard place if the rock you're talking about is tiny.
Why would it be a tiny rock? That wouldn't make any sense for the saying.
Well, I haven't seen big ass rocks. And if it's that big, how did you even get under it and live?
Not under. You're between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, okay.
Not under a rock.
But how would you be between a rock and a hard place? What kind of rock is this? What kind of rock stand up straight enough for you to be between it and something else?
A boulder. Boulders.
But it would have, and then it would have to be a boulder that's next to something that's not another boulder. Like that one, where are you? Where are you?
Well, it was either The Simpsons or Family Guy. Somehow, either Homer or Peter, because again, I can't remember which one of them, was on like a crane with a wrecking ball, and the wrecking ball like was hitting between an actual boulder and a place called the hard place. So he was going between a rock and a hard place.
I don't know. First time I heard that saying was on Friday After Next.
I mean, I used to hear
Cat
it all
Williams.
the time.
I didn't.
My grandma used to.
My grandma wasn't one of those saying them old phrases ass grandmama. She was an English teacher. She corrected the shit we said. We used to be like, get. She'd be like, get. Well, okay, Granny, get.
Okay, I think we spent
we did
plenty of time.
Way too much.
If you have a question you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it in to the website, or you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartists with an S at gmail.com. I guess I'll go ahead and get Ray J out the way, since I already made a big deal about it at the beginning of the show, much bigger than what it should have. Basically, him and his wife are expecting a baby. And as soon as I saw that, it just took me back to, so again, this was, I can't remember what year it was, but him and Fabulous got into it about something. It was when he was still hanging out with Floyd Mayweather and the Money Team and all of that shit. So him and Fabulous got into it about something like the night before. And then the very next morning, I think he called into, was it the Breakfast Club? Basically, he was talking shit about Fabulous. And he was like, I got booty goons on my payroll who will take that nigga and bend him over. Like, and so, of course, what the fuck kind of gay shit is that?
Okay, wait a minute. Let's define booty goons.
Niggas that'll rape niggas for him on command.
So are these regular dudes that happen to have on their resume, I will rape people for you? Or are they dudes that they just hire to rape? Like, that's all your resume say, we'll rape people for you.
I don't know. But he referred to them as booty goons. And that was like a running joke for the very long.
Maybe that's his way of, saying that he hang out with gay people. But that would be disrespectful to people in his crew.
It would be.
But what they gonna do? That's what entourages do. They take the bullshit, right?
Yeah, but not saying my entourage come out and what kind of threat is it to make? Like you couldn't just come on and be like, I'm gonna whoop Fabulous ass when I see him like a regular person. No, Ray J got to come on talking about hiring people to rape folks. Like, why would you even say that? Like, now I'm still convinced that this time Ray J was like coked out or drunk or something. But like if I was in his entourage, I'm a big dude, I'm overweight, and Ray J got into a little rant and said, I got foodie goons. They'll come and raid your refrigerator, eat everything out your cabinets. Like, I can't do shit about that. Yeah, but that's not as bad as him saying that you gonna be out here raping folks.
Well, I'm just saying that to say I'm at the helm of whatever he say. Like, what I'm gonna say? What? Ray J, I ain't gonna be a part of your crew no more. I want to ride in these nice cars no more and get your leftovers.
Well, but okay, so
leftover fame.
It's not like he named names. Obviously, everybody in his crew ain't booty goons. He just has a particular set of people, and you don't know who those people are in the crew.
I don't know. Everybody might be booty goons.
No,
including Ray J.
That was also a thing that was because who says that? But anyhow. When I saw that he finna be somebody's daddy, that recording is still out here. So this person's gonna grow up with a recording of their daddy that said that out here talking about he got booty goons that's gonna rape people. Like, and I'm just say I ain't never been no fan of Ray J. I think he's ridiculous. I don't think he's talented. I hated that One Wish song. I thought it was fucking stupid and it was annoying because his voice is annoying. And he will forever be Brandy's little brother to me. As disrespectful as that might be, it is what it is. But yeah, so him and his wife, Princess Love, are having a baby.
Princess Love.
Yeah.
Is she on one of them ratchet shows?
Yes.
So
Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, to be exact.
There is something about Ray J that anytime he comes up, he is so inconsequential in my life that he does not register. Like,
because I don't know how you missed that booty goon thing. That was like a big deal. I am not in
the least inclined to go look up anything Ray J related.
I feel like you need to hear that interview because it was fucking hilarious.
I liked one of his albums though. I liked the album with One Wish. I didn't like that song.
Wait a minute. Wasn't that him too?
Huh?
Wait a minute. Wasn't that him?
I don't know.
I think that shit. I don't know. I ain't no Ray J fan.
That's all. Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of songs that say wait a minute.
I was trying to think of the rest. He's inconsequential as shit to me musically and just as a human being. So I can't really. Wait a minute. Is all.
Fabulous too. Fabulous don't make no. He ain't relevant to me no more either.
Not anymore.
He never been relevant.
I liked some of his songs.
I don't know. Fabulous just. I don't know.
F-A-B-O-L-O-U-S.
Well, I don't even know Chip Tooth. I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, I don't. Nothing else. Floyd Mayweather, him either. I don't.
Oh yeah.
So anything regarding them three.
I wish I could remember what the event was that they got into over. I just remember his rant and the booty goons. And that is not me. Like, he literally said booty goons. So yeah, he's having a baby. Ray J gonna be somebody's pops.
And this is an R&B dude. Why you out here threatening people? Why?
Well, and he's not there. And that's another thing. Like, I feel like if you're gonna be out here talking tough shit, you need to be talking tough shit about what the fuck you gonna do. He ain't even talking tough about what he gonna get somebody else to come fight his battle for him. That is R&B as fuck. He ain't saying he finna whoop nobody's ass. He said, I got people on payroll who will not whoop your ass, but who will rape you.
He should have said, I put my sister on the road behind your ass. That's a threat.
Oh, shit, it is, because she out here vehicular manslaughtering folks, so.
That is a threat.
But that's all I had on Ray J. I just wanted to mention that he gonna be somebody's pops here soon, apparently.
Charlottesville, Virginia.
These. Did you see the guy from Higher Learning? I cannot think the actor from Higher Learning. His rant that he did talking about y'all got tiki torches out here talking about white power. The white dude that it's very ironic that he was the one speaking out against this because he played a neo-Nazi in Higher Learning who like got at the top of the tower at school and like shot into a crowd. But in real life, apparently, he's very, anti-racist.
I mean, if y'all don't know what's going on.
How the fuck you can't know?
Apparently a whole bunch of white supremacists, Nazis, and white nationalists, which, let me just see if I can put the difference out here.
Is there a difference? They're all the same to me.
Whether we believe there's a difference or not, they believe that there is a difference. Nazis are people that their racism is particularly focused on Jewish people, even though it does matriculate over to any other races that they deem inferior to themselves.
Which is everybody but white folks.
I guess it depends.
I feel like everybody who don't look like them.
I feel like the people in those systems that are going to be more neo-Nazis are going to be those of German heritage, more so than anything. And then you have white supremacists, which, when you start talking about America, white became the qualifier by which you had access in America. And so, yes, there are people with Italian heritages, Scottish heritage, all these other heritages. But at the end of the day, in America, what makes a difference is whether your skin was white or not. And so white supremacy is the idea that in America, that white skin and white race reign supreme over other races. Mm-hmm. And white supremacists want a society to reflect that. Mm-hmm. White nationalists are people that they might not believe that white people are technically superior like white supremacy, even though it looks exactly like it.
Yeah.
I think the way that they can get away with having a white nationalist in the White House is that the system was made by white people. It was made great by white people. If you call America the greatest nation on earth that was started by white people, then I think their ideas are that our ideas are the best way to run the country. So why do we need to involve black people, Latino, Asian, Jewish people? Why do we need to involve people that didn't start this to keep running this? And so when you get all of these different groups of people together, at the end of the day, what it still sound like is we don't like Jewish people, we don't like brown people, we don't like gay people, we don't fuck with women. I mean, we fuck women, but we don't
fuck with them.
Fuck with women, so there are differences that they will identify, but I don't give a fuck about what they believe they differences is.
They all the same. That's why they was all marching together.
It's like splitting hairs.
Yep.
It's like a goddamn carton of Neapolitan ice cream. It don't matter if the fucking flavors is different. Y'all in the same carton anyway. And you know what? If you don't like Neapolitan ice cream, you don't fucking buy that shit and just eat two of the flavors. You just buy vanilla, or you just buy chocolate, or you just buy strawberry.
Yep.
But they went on a march with tiki torches.
Where did they buy all these tiki torches from?
Target. They local Targets.
They must have bought them bitches
Everybody came from another country. Everybody came from other places. Like, everybody met here.
Can you fly with a tiki torch, though? Like, you would have had to, buy that when you got here. You can't bring it with you.
They don't fly. They don't want to sit next to a nigga. They take their F-250s, F-150s, F-350s. They get them hoes together. Now, that's for those people that got good jobs. For the rest of them, they take they old Dodge truck and they drive across country.
Okay, with the tiki torch.
Yeah, with the tiki torch. And you know what? They on forums, so they stop and meet their racist brethren on the way. Hey, y'all ready for this rally that we got going on in Charlottesville? Yeah, we ready. The world needs to hear us. And so subsequently, a lot of different events came from this. One of the most notorious events is that a white man hit a bunch of people with his car.
Yep.
Let me not say a white man. Let me
was
say a white
man.
supremacist, a white nationalist, a neo-Nazi as white man.
Oh, and
hit
the
a bunch of people with his car.
The reason why he was able to hit a bunch of people with his car is, and this is what pisses me off, and I guess we'll get to the lack of a police presence. Very obviously, this was a planned event that people knew about because there was an opportunity for people to do a counter protest against what they were marching on. And so because of that, there was like a clash of them against this other group, and the other group is who got the car ran smack, because of course he's not going to run the car in the midst of his own group of folks. So because there was a counter protest, that's where he decided to take a car and just run a bunch of people over, killing one person who happened to be a white woman and not somebody black or Jewish.
She might have been Jewish.
I don't think she was. I
don't think she was either, but you can't tell if she's Jewish or not by her being white.
Sometimes you can't tell. I feel like you can with some of them, but
with
men? Well, yeah. I don't know. Well, the Hasidic ones, but yeah, men had that curly. They had them afros, the Jew fro. But so for me, that lets me know that this was something that people knew was coming, and there was no police presence. Like Ferguson, when all of these other protests happened, black folks, it's National Guard, it's like military presence brought in. This shit occurred, and there was no one. I mean, shit wasn't really done to that motherfucker ran the car into the crowd.
What they gonna use to justify that is that there were no riots and there was no looting.
These motherfuckers were essentially what the the Klan was doing. Like, they were carrying fire through the streets. I don't understand. Whatever. Because guess what? Now somebody's dead and a whole bunch of people are injured because they weren't looting, and so you didn't see a reason to have a police presence when there are a group of people yelling obscenities and racial slurs and carrying swastikas through the street, which might incite a riot or might incite violence. But because they weren't looting themselves, we're just not going to intervene. And now somebody ran a car into a crowd and people got hurt because you didn't do your job.
Now, the second thing that happened from this event is that Donald Trump was expected to speak about this. And he said something along the lines of, we need to stop all the violence.
On both sides.
On both sides of this situation. And what CNN, the people that are taking up for Donald Trump is using is some isolated pictures of like, it's a black guy with a can of spray paint or something that he's using like a blowtorch. They're using that to say violence on both sides. I need y'all to understand something about the kind of racism and the kind of messages that those kind of groups portray. They don't have a message. They only are trying to get you to understand that they want to feel superior to everybody else. And so anything that anybody else has done is a reactionary measure to the bullshit that they putting out there. Don't equate the violence.
And I find it hilarious or sad that he did not even address the fact. Did you see the video? They were holding up the Heil, but they were saying Heil Trump as they were marching. I ain't hear him respond to that shit. Because it wasn't black folks that were saying Heil Trump, we gonna make Trump live up to his promises, because you promised them a great America. And for them, great America means that the rest of us either don't exist or we exist within the parameters that they see fit that we exist. And they are expecting you to provide that for them because you said you were gonna make America great again.
It's ridiculous because, what I heard a commentator say is that, Trump has been cozying up to this group for some time. He's not been willing to disavow them and say that I don't fuck with y'all. And you know what? Normally, if that was the entire temperament of a president dealing with everybody, that would be okay. But Donald Trump condemns everybody and everything that he don't give a fuck about.
Yep.
And so for him to be playing straddling the fence in this kind of politics means, what are you really trying to tell us about these groups? Are you really trying to allow them to exist?
Oh, I think I've said this before. Black folks ain't never assassinated a president. All the presidents that have been assassinated have come at the hands of people that look like them. You made all of these campaign promises and shit, and now these people are out here doing all of this shit. If he were to get assassinated, it would be by one of them motherfuckers. It would be by a nationalist. It would be by a white supremacist. It would be by a neo-Nazi. It's gonna be one of them. So I don't know if he agrees with the groups or if he's just trying to cover his own ass and keep them off of him. I don't really know. Either way, it's fucked up.
Know. How do we know?
We don't know. But either way, it's a bitch ass move. Like, either way, him straddling the fence is some bullshit. Like, I don't care if it is because he's afraid. You created this climate. Your whole campaign was run on this type of shit. Whether you want to admit it or not, you saying let's make America great again. What great America is it that you were referring to? At what point in our history were you wanting to go back to? Because for them, they want to go back to the times where we either were slaves or when KKK was running around hanging motherfuckers. That was a great America, and they weren't really getting punished for doing so. Like, what particular piece of America history was it that you were wanting to go back to? Because most of it's been fuck shit up to this point. So I really don't know what great America you were talking about. But for them, this is the great America that they wanted. And this is the great America that they feel like you promised them. And you getting up here straddling the fence is not going to change that shit.
And I was talking to a dude about, it's a white guy, about racism. And he just don't believe that racism is a big issue anymore. And what I need people like him and anybody else to realize is that all of these white men are our bankers, our police officers, our doctors.
All of those people had jobs somewhere.
Administrators. All of these people potentially are going to brush up with brown people every day. And if you think it's some kind of fucking consolation that they force out a smile to a brown person so that they can get their money while they got these racist ass attitudes settled up under their personalities, it's not.
Nope.
It's not. And we shouldn't be accepting of that shit in America. And Donald Trump shouldn't be accepting of that shit. These violent ass group of people that came out spewing they hate. And the person that we are supposed to look to for that guidance is supposed to be the president. And now that's generally speaking, because this president ain't really, really about that life.
No.
But that's what we should at least be seeing from him. But I mean, at least a lot of Republican.
Oh yeah, there've been a lot of Republicans that's been like, this some bullshit. He should have actually, called it what it was, an act of terrorism. Like,
that's because Donald Trump was the one on that shit about Obama, talking about not calling radical Islam radical.
Yep.
But Donald Trump don't want to call these white guys doing this shit white supremacists or neo-Nazis or even racists. Like,
and for everybody that's saying like, well, at least they showing their faces, they not hiding. That's worse to me. That means that they have no fear of any consequences. And guess what? They probably not gonna have no consequences. The fact that these people are our bankers and all of this, most of them gonna go right back to work on Monday and work until the next time they decide to gather together and create havoc again. Like, for me, it's worse that they don't feel fear, that they don't need to cover their faces. Like, if in a perfect world where there would be some consequences handed down to them, sure, it'd be great for you to be able to see their face. But that ain't the world that we live in. The reality is that a lot of them, they don't wear the mask, they don't wear the sheets, they don't wear the hoods because they don't need to. Because they gonna get away with, oh, they were peacefully protesting. Then they're gonna be just fine. They don't need to cover their faces. That's worse to me, that they're so comfortable that they don't need to cover up.
And there's been another dialogue, like, you know, what these guys want is attention, and we're giving them this attention. We need to stop giving them that attention and stop focusing on them. That's not how that shit works.
No.
Like, are you gonna not give your broken leg attention?
Or if your house on fire, you just gonna sit in there and let the motherfucker burn? Like, I'm not gonna give this any attention because...
I think that's just a way to dismiss dealing with what problem it poses. Yeah. And a lot of these white senators, they don't want to deal with that problem, even though they speaking out on this shit generally.
Because guess what?
How they gonna answer to their constituents at home that have these same attitudes that's gonna vote for them in or that's gonna vote their asses out?
Well, and that idea doesn't, with any of the other shit that has happened, we have had this happen on a different scale for different reasons. Ain't never heard nothing about don't give it attention. This Black Lives Matter stuff, don't give them attention. That's what they want. That is not the attitude that was taken with that. Why is that the attitude with this? Why is this different? Why is this don't give them no attention? Let's just ignore it and it'll go away.
That's because black people are expendable. We are the expendable culture. We are the culture that don't help people get voted in or voted out. Those people are the people that help people get voted in and voted out. Whether it's by sheer numbers or whether it's just that group that your politics cater to.
Where are the All Lives Matter people too, by the way? Because they had plenty of signs that said White Lives Matter. White Lives Matter.
Look, ain't no All Lives Matter people. Ain't no All Lives Matter people. All Lives Matter people don't exist. All Lives Matter was just a contrary rhetoric to Black Lives Matter that made people look at it and start invalidating it. Yep. And you know what? The people who invalidated it wasn't the people that created All Lives Matter. It was a regular, normal ass Joe Blow that don't research and don't do shit himself and don't want to think about hard issues.
Yep.
That's also All Lives Matter ain't a group. We ain't seen All Lives Matter. We ain't seen All Lives Matter when this Justine got killed by the police. We ain't seen no All Lives Matter during this damn rallying and shit.
Nope.
Ain't no All Lives Matter people. It's just propaganda to make people think negatively about Black Lives Matter. That's all that shit was.
And I guess White Lives Matter doesn't need any negativity because there were plenty the swastikas, like, and
it's crazy because the rhetoric that they talk about Black Lives Matter, where they say shit like, you know, Black Lives Matter more, which is why they make it sound like that. This is actually White Lives Matter more.
It is.
That's
all that matters. Yeah.
That is exactly the premise of white nationalism, white racism, and white supremacy.
Yeah.
White Lives Matter more. Neo-Nazi. White Lives Matter more.
Yep.
So where is the contrast to that shit?
Quiet.
And you know why? Because they don't want their doctors, bankers, teachers. They don't want them to see that they going up against them because they going to fuck up their home loan and their mortgage.
Even when one of their, again, the person who actually died from the car being rammed into the crowd was a white lady. Even at the expense of her.
I think one thing that white supremacists and racists are finding out that it's a lot of white people that's becoming expendable to their cause too. You know, and that goes into that whole liberal, left-leaning dialogue where it's like, y'all ain't with us. Like, white people are finding out that white people are expendable.
Yeah.
That man knew it was a damn white woman in front of him when he pressed the gas.
But that's all, like, if you go back to when the KKK was very prevalent, you was either with them or you were against them. You was gonna get fucked up just like the black folks. That's always been the case. It's the white people who believe like they believe. And if you don't agree, then you part of the enemy as well. That's always been the case. Like, if you don't believe like they believe, if you're not part of the solution, then you part of the problem. And their solution being us just disappearing. But that's always been the case. Like, there were white people who got killed because either they weren't active enough for them or because they were speaking out against it. But like, that's always been the case. You're expendable if you ain't with them. So your white is only a safety to you if you gonna be on the team.
Exactly.
Like, it's sad. And like watching it on TV, it just felt surreal. Because I know that this is what like our grandparents and this is what they were hoping we would not have to fucking deal with. Is shit like this.
You ever played Monopoly?
Mm-hmm.
Damn near everybody done played Monopoly.
Yeah.
What America is white men started playing Monopoly at the very beginning, and they passed the shit out of go and collected 200 for 200 plus goddamn years. And they bought all the property, and they bought all the railroads, and they fucking bought the jail that you go to jail to. And when they finally started letting brown people play, as soon as I landed on go to jail, I went to a white man's jail. As soon as I landed on any property, it was already a white man's property. Any school, any university, any bank, any retail establishment, anything that originated in America before brown people had an opportunity to make decisions, it existed before then. And we are still playing Monopoly on a board that is fully fucking owned by white people in America. And you got to understand that the dialogue that those white people in that rally are carrying with them is that they still want to maintain that power. They still want to own shit. Now, America has to ask itself a question. Do we really believe in full diversity? Do we really believe in diversity at the cost of white placement? Because that's what happens in a diverse place. White people will be misplaced. And if you're not okay with your culture being misplaced, having been the predominant culture leading this country, creating this country, and also vicariously creating the turmoil that came with it, if you're not okay with that shit being misplaced, you're okay with oppression. So you got to make a decision as to which one of them you're okay with. If you really believe in diversity, a white man is going to lose a job to a black person. A white man is going to lose a job to a brown person. That's going to happen if you believe in diversity. Otherwise, you believe in oppression. And you got to figure one of those out. You know what? Jeff Sessions believes in oppression.
Oh, yes.
Think about this. Affirmative action. As it looks, every industry damn near is still 70% white people.
Yep.
Right? White men challenging affirmative action means that they want their 70% to be 80%.
Or 90.
That's
or
what that
100.
means.
Yeah.
It don't mean that it means that we want white people to have all the opportunities before anybody else get to have opportunities.
Yep.
It don't have shit to do with fairness.
Nope.
Now they try to use shit like it's discriminatory to mean that it gives somebody else an edge, but it don't give us an edge in society.
Nope.
It give us an edge in that position.
Yep.
And if affirmative action wasn't needed, it wouldn't be used.
Nope.
If affirmative action was irrelevant, then companies would already be 50, 60% black. If it was based on measuring somebody by their qualifications, then it'll be a lot more black people working at these places.
Yeah.
The fact that it's 70% mean that 70% of the people hiring and that people that they hire, they believe are more qualified or more or better to be placed in that establishment. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's frustrating, but they just want everything to be white again.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the great America. That whether Trump meant it or not, and I mean, who the fuck knows? That's where we are. That's what the nationalists, the neo-Nazis, and the supremacists, that is where we are. David Duke, old bitch ass on TV, thought he was dead, but he ain't.
Fuck David Duke.
Fuck
he don't
that
even
nigga.
look old though.
He old though.
He old, but he don't look old.
No, not. And they usually
he ain't
age.
aging like cottage cheese
They
like white people
usually,
normally
yeah.
do. No offense, white people.
Hate must make you live long and prosper.
I don't know. Might. You know, Satan can give you gifts just like God can.
Touche. On a lighter,
David Duke might be the devil. You never know.
he might be. On a lighter note, Usher is a chubby chaser.
There's a lot of chubby chasers out here.
Well, Usher is an alleged chubby chaser. So the girl that is alleging that she was, she doesn't have herpes, but she's saying that he suscepted her to herpes. came out, and she is not what everybody thought she was gonna look like. I saw the picture, the original, the first one, and I was just like, like, I had a little bit of doubt in my mind once I saw her, because she don't really seem like somebody you would risk it all for. You know?
I'm just saying, every now and then you want to feel like you're having sex with a waterbed.
I hate you so much.
I mean, you want the motions, you want to feel all the waves and the ripples.
Well, I feel like you would get seasick.
Maybe.
Dramamine. Anyhow, so she's come out, and a lot of people had the same attitude that I had, where it was like, girl. No. And it's just been a whole lot of back and forth with her mama then came out and saying that she full of shit, but it's actually footage of her on stage dancing with him. But he's the only thing Usher has said, because he hasn't, said anything really. The most that he has said is that he basically pulled big girls up on stage as a self-esteem booster. He doesn't want to just pull small girls up on stage. He wants to pull big girls up on stage so that they feel good about themselves. But he ain't fuck them.
Usher being smart.
By not saying anything.
Usher got a publicist telling him what to say and what not to say, and he listened to that shit.
This is what you supposed to do when some shit pop off. Shut the fuck up and just let it get handled in court. That's what people fuck up at, coming out talking this shit. He been quiet. That's what you supposed to do.
Exactly. Confessions was his last time talking. It's a wrap.
He ain't snitching no more.
He ran his mouth on himself. Yeah, he ran his mouth then. It's a wrap now. But when I saw her, I wasn't in the crowd of people that said, ain't no way in the hell Usher done had sex with that damn girl. Because that, implies that how she looked had something to do with whether he would do it or not.
Yeah.
No, I mean...
Why would her looks not have something to do with it?
What would have something to do with it with me was the spectacle that she made.
Well, yeah, she did.
I was like, one, maybe they had sex. Two, she don't have herpes.
Nope.
Like, the fact that she is grasping at straws to try to become something and make this something made me more skeptical about her situation than her looks did.
Well, she posted or she tweeted, she on some social media platform somewhere before her speaking to the press came out. She was like, "Oh, it's my last few hours as a regular girl."
What that supposed to mean?
I guess that she's about to shoot out. Her star is finna go soaring high, because now everybody's gonna know who she is and want to do interviews with her, and so that's what I took it to mean.
Now, if she looked like Gabrielle Union, that's what will be happening. I think that's where she looked like the other Gabrielle. What's that girl name?
Gaborne, or I don't know how to say
that. Ain't her first name. Is her first name Gabrielle?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
she goes by Gabby though, but Gabby Gaborne, I don't know how to say her name. That's
the difference between how media, the world, public opinion will react to you. I mean, we don't have to tap dance around the fact that this society discriminates against people on weight.
Yeah.
Size
100%.
to people look. It's just a lot of people will discriminate you and look at you differently because of how you look and your size.
She ain't even cute in the face though. Like, she's just not cute to me.
She might got a cute face in there somewhere.
I hate you, first of all.
I'm just saying. That's how weight works. I might got some better stuff in here somewhere.
I have seen cute big girls before. She's not a cute big girl. Like, her face isn't cute. Like, she could lose 250 pounds tomorrow. She not gonna be cute because her face ain't cute. She's not cute. I think
it depends on where the fat on her face falls away from. Like, if the double chin go away,
I hate you.
And some cheekbones emerge that ain't there right now because it's like got fat sitting on top of it. You know what I'm saying? And around behind her ears slim up a little bit. You never know.
We will never know, because if she got surgery, cause she ain't gonna be in the limelight long enough for her to naturally lose that weight.
She ain't gonna be in the limelight. She gonna be depressed. And if she probably ain't a depressed non-eater.
No, she probably she might get
eater.
bigger.
She probably gonna buy ice cream. Why are you making me be this way?
I'm not making
you
do anything. You came up with that all on your own.
I'm just trying
sitting
to
over here in the corner.
Like, you trying to make her ugly, but the way of me trying to explain that she might not be ugly just sound uglier than you saying she ugly.
Yep. It did. That's why you should just be straightforward. She is not cute. She's not. I didn't say she was ugly, but she ain't cute. She ain't nobody. If you saw her out, you wouldn't even pay no attention to her. Like, her face is just not cute. Like, she ain't cute. She's not a cute girl.
Do you know any people from your high school that used to be cute and now they not cute no more?
Whew. Well, you know what? No. And I say that because I don't think they were ever cute. I think in the grand, you gotta understand, I went to a small high school, so in the grand scheme of things, I guess they was all right. But like, when you get out of that environment and you look back, I'd be like, shit.
Well, I know some girls that I know in my youth that in a bunch of different areas of my life when I was young, where they were smaller and they gained a lot of weight. But the thing is, they gained a lot of weight on their bottom half. Not their bottom half, but under their neck and on their neck. And so it kind of pushed fat up on the bottom of their face, and then the top of their head still little. It's like, you used to be cute, but it's gone away.
So you think the opposite is true with her, where she can't become cute?
I'm just saying, I'm thinking that there's a bunch of variables in people that gain and lose weight, and where some of them can look good and some of them can look bad. It just depends. You ever seen a dude lose a lot of weight?
Yeah.
And they ain't a crackhead, but they look like one.
Yeah.
It's just the weight lost in weird places you didn't expect it to be.
Yeah. I don't know. But again, I don't think we ever gonna find out, because she's not gonna be in the limelight long enough. So even if she were to like start working out and shit, nobody gonna give a fuck about her long enough for her to lose that weight. She ain't finna go get no surgery done, because she got court dates and shit coming up. And I just don't see her becoming depressed and not eating. So even if she became depressed because this shit don't go the way she think it's gonna go, and people start making fun of her or whatever, I just feel like she would just gain more weight, and I don't think we'll see her small. Maybe we will, but I don't think we will. But yeah, so I think everybody, when that picture came out of her, was just kind of taken aback. That's absolutely not what I expected her to look like. I expected her to be like a Chili.
A Chili?
Yeah. From TLC, or like,
nah, it would have had to been something. It would have been probably like the prettiest girl you can find in Walmart at any given time, including employees. I mean, it's one, like, you don't find no fine folks in Walmart, not consistently. That's rare, but you'll find somebody that look good enough.
That is terrible. Well, she don't look good enough though. Like, she ain't
if
even
you
that.
want fine bitches, you go to Publix, is what I'm saying, okay? And if you ain't got a Publix in your state, then you ain't gonna find nobody fine in Walmart. I don't know what store y'all got that's a little bit higher quality, but I'm gonna tell y'all about Publix. Publix is like the grocery store they're gonna have in heaven. All right? Everybody is friendly, everybody is nice. Publix employees might as well be angels in disguise, is what I'm saying.
They carry your stuff out to your car. Like, I have to tell, like, no, I'm good. It's like 2 bags. I got it. It's fine. Thank you. Like, no, it's fine. I'll take it out. Like, I'm cool. It's like,
now, this is not a criticism of Publix. This is fantastic.
No, it's
Publix.
amazing. They're so nice. In the aisles.
People walk all the way down to the other side of the aisle and be like, "Can I help you, sir?" No, I'm okay, but I appreciate you. Like, Publix is a positive experience.
It is.
You know, you don't get that at Walmart. So if you want bad bitches, you go into Publix. They got jobs. They got nice cars. They not behind on their rent. They might have kids, but they well taken care of. You'll be all right. Go to Publix if you're looking for somebody. If you're looking for Walmart, that means you're looking for somebody that might look all right enough.
So you expected her to look like a Walmart, the best that Walmart has to offer.
That's what I was looking for. The best that Walmart would have to offer.
But you didn't get that.
She looked like France. She looked like somebody you find in France. Not even Dollar General.
I was thinking like
France.
I was thinking Bargain Hunt.
Bargain Hunt? No.
Why not Bargain Hunt? France has new stuff. I feel like she's like Bargain Hunt.
Nah,
or Dirt Cheap.
It's not about I don't think it's about.
But the people who go in, have you been in bargain hunt and seen the people?
I've been in bargain hunt, but I ain't seen no. It ain't that many bargain hunts. But it's Freds everywhere in every hood. It ain't even no Freds in the nice town. It ain't no Freds in Hoover.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that is Hoover. It is a Freds in Hoover.
Yeah, it is.
Go in Freds and see who's shopping in there.
Oh, I done been in there. It ain't. You don't think you
the
in
people
Hoover.
from the underside of Hoover.
Yeah. Well, cause this ain't the real super nice side of Hoover. This ain't the good side of Hoover. So I don't feel
you gonna find her in Fred's. You gonna find her in Church's Chicken.
Yeah.
You gonna find her in Golden Corral on Sunday, plate full of chicken.
Sneaky Pete's.
Sneaky Pete's.
Did you know that they had more stuff than hot dogs at Sneaky Pete's?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just hot dogs. They have like a full menu, burgers and breakfast.
Every fast food place got more than what you believe they got.
I mean, I was just surprised.
All the chicken places got shrimp. Except KFC. I mean, they got chicken pot pie, but I mean...
They don't go much further than chicken at KFC. There's not anything that you be like, oh shit, KFC. I did. Like, it's just mostly chicken.
They got popcorn chicken, not shrimp.
Nope. It's all chicken. Chicken.
Yeah.
And like Captain D's they have seafood. Well, chicken.
Well, that's a whole umbrella. They can access everything. They might as well name themselves Captain Food. Like, that's how they shit is. Like, so whatever they put in there, like, it's food, nigga. Like, no.
My grandma used to love Captain D. Anytime we took her out for her birthday or Mother's Day, we ended up at Captain D. Because that's where she wanted to go all the time.
I like Captain D's.
I mean, it ain't bad, but like, we were going to take her anywhere she wanted to go. If you would pick anywhere to go, I don't feel like Captain D's would be your place that you would pick, though. If somebody was going to pay for you and they said you can go anywhere and get anything off the menu, I don't feel like you would pick Captain D's, but that's what my grandma wanted.
My grandma too.
Time.
She always picked
Captain
Captain
D all the time.
I love Captain D's fish. It's just too greasy.
But it's so good. The batter.
It is delicious.
The batter is delicious. Now I want Captain D's. I was trying to figure out what I was going to eat at the end of this. It might be Captain D's.
I like they chicken fingers because I like
I've never gotten
the sweet
chicken.
and sour sauce. That shit is good, but it ain't good with the fish.
I ain't never got chicken from Captain D's. It's always been fish.
Only reason is too heavily breaded for me.
The fish?
The chicken.
Oh.
But I like that sweet and sour sauce, and I need something to dip it in.
Why don't you just go get some? Well, you have to buy something for that. But get sweet and sour sauce and just have it on deck for when you get chicken from other places.
I could, but it's just, I don't know. That
you want me to
shit
get you some sweet and sour sauce if I go to Captain D's?
No.
And just keep it?
I don't want you to do that.
I don't eat sweet and sour sauce, so it ain't like I'm going to eat it.
Maybe I should go somewhere and get me some food too, because it sounded like it could be Captain D's now. Shit. Make me want to go look to see if I got some damn deals on these newspapers I got.
I got one at home. Damn, I didn't put it in the car. It's in my mailbox. I just swing by there and get it because I got to go past my apartment to get it anyway.
Shit. Let's finish this damn podcast. We're talking about what the fuck we finna eat after this shit. Jeffrey Lord. Do you know Jeffrey Lord?
I do not.
So I watch CNN commentary. Clearly it's still gonna be a mostly liberal leaning website. I mean, network. Mm-hmm. To me, I believe this left shit just make more sense to me.
Yep.
You know, in the context of an America that they say is going to change.
You're not a Fox watcher?
I don't watch Fox. The only Fox I watch is that motherfucking video. What the Fox say? Like shit like that. Like, that was weird, but
it was.
not what I just did.
What
the video
song.
did. Yeah, that shit was weird, but that's the only Fox I give a fuck about. Wait a minute, no. What other Foxes do I give a fuck about? I think the name Foxtrot or something is from Metal Gear Solid. Tails is a fox from Sonic.
Oh,
and they finna come out with a new game.
Yeah. I love Tails.
Does anything else have a Fox logo or Fox related shit?
Fox and the Hound.
Fox, Fox
the network,
Entertainment, Fox
the
Network,
entertainment.
Not the news, not Fox News, Fox the network.
Yeah,
they cool. But you know what? No, fuck Fox.
Yeah,
they won't release X-Men to Marvel. Fuck them. They fucking up all that shit. Anyway,
yes.
I don't fuck with Fox News, but CNN is a commentator named Jeffrey Lord on there, and he was a Trump apologist. Another woman, Kayleigh McEnany, it was too. She done moved over to the Republican fucking propaganda news station. You'll hear more about that coming up. But let me say this about news before I continue. Regardless of what your news choice is, whether it's Fox News, whether it's CNN, the news is literally a headline and a bunch of opinions. It ain't no facts about that shit. It's conjecture and subjective interpretation of shit that's going on. It's very little fact, so to speak. It's a bunch of opinions. The news is not where you're supposed to go to get facts. The news is where you go to get breadcrumbs that lead you to your own path of fact checking. If you see a headline on the news and believe that shit, you're not doing your due diligence for yourself and for your own level of knowledge and intelligence. If I watch Fox News, that being said, I can watch Fox News and see a headline and go down my own path of information. I can see a CNN headline and go down my own path of information. I can see an MSNBC headline and go down my path of information. All of these places say the same shit. They just have different interpretations of it. Now, what Trump believes is fake news is news that don't agree with my way of looking at shit. Yep. That's why Fox News for him is a positive right-wing agenda, and the truth is because it just agrees with what he believes. Yep. All of that shit is just different interpretations of all the same shit. You don't have to agree with those interpretations, but you should not believe them at face value and consider them as being facts or not facts, because they are opinions, and opinions are by definition not a fucking fact. But Jeffrey Lord on CNN, a liberal group tweeted something to him, and he tweeted back "Sieg Heil," which, you know, is Nazi shit. I don't even know what it means, but it's a Nazi term that he considered as a joke, and CNN fired the shit out of his ass for it, you know? And he went on to say that CNN is just, you know, falling for that trap of, you know, people firing other people against their First Amendment rights. Bill Maher said the same shit. He said, this is too far. Like, when are we going to be able to communicate our First Amendment rights if this shit keeps happening? My problem is, there is a fine ass line between First Amendment rights and the right to say what the fuck you want to say. Those two things are different things, and I'm starting to get the idea that conservatives, Republicans, and everybody who making this argument is just fighting to be able to say what in the world they want to say. Yep. You know,
because that's not a joke. It's basically just the Nazi salute. I just looked it up. It's just the Nazi salute that was used as millions of people were getting murdered. Like, it's not. Why would you? That's not a joke. It's not funny, especially considering that later on at the end of the week you had the similar people. You know, other people marching in the streets carrying tiki torches saying the same shit. Not funny. It's not funny. It wasn't funny when he said it, and it definitely wasn't funny when neo-Nazis were saying it.
And where's the line drawn at where it's a joke versus whether it's reality? Because if I go up to Bill Maher and be like, Bill, I'm going to kidnap your wife and take your kids, and I'm going to cut all their throats. Like, is he going to say, oh, that's clearly a joke?
Nope.
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
Gonna say he threatened my life.
Exactly.
Like, your ass arrested.
What I'm saying is there is a line between what freedom of speech does. And I think freedom of speech by the Constitution is what the government's role in not oppressing freedom of speech is.
It's not freedom from consequence. If you say some fuck shit, your job can fire you, because your job is not, unless you work for the government.
Exactly.
You cannot just say what you want. You can say what you want to say, but there are consequences. And I don't understand why in 2017 we are still having to have conversations about the fact that there are consequences for the things that you say. Every time a celebrity says some shit and some bad shit, like, you can't do that. You can absolutely say whatever it is you want to say if you are willing to take the consequences of that thing. And unfortunately, his consequence was getting fired from CNN because you said some shit that was offensive as fuck, and it ain't no shit that their company wants to be represented by. Because what about their right as a company? What about their right to be represented in the way that they see fit? You're not representing them in a way that and how they want to be represented by you saying shit like Sieg Heil, which is what they were saying to Hitler when he was giving them instructions to go murder folks. I don't blame CNN for firing you.
I don't blame CNN at all either. But like the biggest part of me is this whole dialogue. And you know what? Something else that really pissed me off is when people say you're using the race card. Like when black people bring up race as a part of the dialogue, you're using the race card. This is kind of unrelated, but motherfuckers out here acting like the race card is a big joker or some shit. The race card is a goddamn two of clubs. The race card don't get you shit out here.
No, it doesn't.
Like, they be like, oh, you just using the race card. Nigga, the race card ain't never got me no progress. Nigga, the race card ain't never got me anything that was of value in my life.
No.
The race card has never bought anything. The race card has bought me criticism. The race card has bought me difficulty in communicating and dialogue. Why do you think I would play a card that don't do nothing but fuck me over?
Yep.
Maybe it's because I'm not playing a card. Maybe it's because I'm actually trying to communicate to you the issues that I experience in America as a black person. And when you tell me I'm playing a race card, you're making it seem like I'm trying to politic my experience in order to get something from it. We ain't never got shit from using no race card. And I'm convinced that we ain't never going to get shit from no race card. All I want for people to do is use their moral compass to understand that we are supposed to be seeking to be equal. And either you're on the side of diversity and equality, or you're on the side of oppression. You need to fucking make a decision. Choose which one you want.
I wonder if Bill Maher or any of the people that were saying, oh, it's a joke, people need to calm down, are connecting what happened in Charlottesville. Like, again, he was joking and he's saying this shit, but then a few days later, you got people marching in the street saying the same fucking thing that you were saying. Like, it's not a joke. This is why you shouldn't be using that in at all. Like, I don't understand people who do shit like that. Like, it ain't hard for me to not walk around and say Sieg Heil. Like, I don't even think about that shit. Like, that never crosses my mind to say in a joking manner or otherwise. Like, because it's a fucked up thing, a fucked up part of history. Why would I do that? I don't understand why that was something that he decided was a good idea anyway.
I just think it goes back to white America's ability to be able to look at themselves as individuals, because they've never been put under the microscope as a group. They've always been able to maintain their individuals and individualities. In black America, what we have done is, as a culture, they put us all under the that microscopic slide at one time and say, black people are this, black people are that. Black people are 3/5 of a human together. Black people are slaves together. Black people are in Jim Crow together. Black people, rob together, kill together, murder together. They do all of this stuff. So we look at ourselves in the context of the group. White people can look at themselves in the context of the individual. So Jeffrey Lohr and Bill Maher can look at their comments, isolate them, and say, I didn't mean that when I said it, as nothing but a joke. So they'll disconnect themselves from them other systems even when they see that shit falling up. But they can't do that for black people. They can't look at black people and say that that is an individual black person that is having that experience on an individual subjective level. They say, black people do that. Black people act that way. That's what black people are. And so, I don't think they're going to connect the shit. And they definitely wouldn't connect it in a way that, has negative connotations about themselves.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do
that. Boosie had a birthday wish for his newly 14-year-old son.
If I had one wish.
Nigga, no. I hate that song.
Boosie be like, if I had one wish, That's how he do.
And his wish for his son was a bag of money and some bitches to give him some head. Now, this was a message to his 14-year-old son. And of course, some people had an issue with it. At this point, is it damaging? Sure. Is it okay? No. But am I surprised? In our society, it's okay for boys. If that was his daughter, he said some shit like that, it would have been a problem. But because it's his son, most people just not gonna have a problem with it.
Well, if somebody find out about it, what he finna do is make a bad bitch a damn pedophile and on the sexual registry list.
Yeah.
That's what he finna do.
Yeah.
But you right. That's our society.
That's our society.
We praise that for boys My brother, when I was 16, my older brother, he came to the house and said, didn't say hey, didn't say shit. He just knocked on the door, opened the door. He said, "You done had sex yet?" I said, "No." He said, "We finna get you laid. Come on, tell your mama we finna go somewhere." I said, "I ain't going no damn well with your ass, especially not under this context." Nigga, you could have been way more subtle and tricked me into going somewhere that would have led me to a very awkward situation. But the fact that you put all your bullshit ass looking cards on the table from the jump.
What's he gonna do? Get you a prostitute? Like,
probably was. My brother was not a stranger to fucking prostitutes.
Wow.
So probably would have.
I
don't want to have sex with one.
I just don't understand.
Wise.
It's the same. It goes back to the same situation with this shit with the teachers fucking these students. If a woman fucking a male student, is not deemed as bad, or it's not looked at the same as a male teacher fucking a female student that's underage.
A judge just threw out a case in Alabama about a female teacher having a sexual relationship with a 17 and 18-year-old students at different times, but they did. So the law that came about in Alabama for a teacher that has sexual interaction with students is that you can't have sexual interaction with a student as a teacher. Anybody under 19, you can't have that. Because the idea is that for kids under 19, your position of power is one that would potentially make that student be in a relationship with you.
That makes sense.
Well, the judge threw this one out because, first off, the kids in these cases considered it consensual. Now,
it doesn't matter.
Now, that, right. It don't even matter in general because they kids, but it also don't matter based on that law, that statute.
Yep.
The variable in why he threw them out was that he didn't believe that the teacher's status as a teacher influenced those consensual relationships. Because in the state, you can consent to a relationship over 16.
So in his mind, teachers can be out here absolutely fucking students as long as they're above 16 years old.
Well, this is going to become a problem. It's going to become something that
Alabama.
It's going to become something that legislation is going to have to plug that hole for. It's a hole. It's going to have to be plugged by new legislation. If a judge like this can throw it out, yes, it potentially opens up teachers to be able to do that and not get persecuted. But teachers shouldn't be doing that shit no fucking way.
No, they shouldn't.
But also, a judge shouldn't be interpreting this situation as a teacher not having influenced these relationships by her role as a teacher.
Had it been a male teacher and female students, if he would have did the same thing. Because it's automatically assumed that a male is going to have power and control over a female in general, and definitely somebody with an age difference. Like, I feel like it wouldn't have happened had it been a male teacher. That male teacher be locked the fuck up right now.
Not. That's the double standards.
It's bullshit, and that's why motherfuckers wasn't as upset about Boosie saying this about his son as if he had been saying it about his daughter. I found it disturbing as fuck, and of course, this was another situation where he came back and was like, "It was a joke." Whatever, Boosie. I don't believe that. I believe he absolutely would get his son some head and wouldn't see anything wrong with it, because I feel like that's the kind of nigga Boosie is.
I feel like a lot of people in our society need to go to see to the dictionary and read what a joke and a prank is. Because motherfuckers be using it's a joke for shit that is not a joke.
It's not a joke.
And people be using pranks for shit that are not pranks. No. Like, don't go to the hood. Yeah, the girl who poured that boiling water on that girl's face. I saw that shit.
What the fuck?
They called it a prank.
That is not a prank. You don't pour boiling hot water on something. Can you imagine being asleep and somebody just come out of nowhere and put some fucking boiling hot water on you? Like, that has to be
I can't imagine being asleep and just opening my eyes and somebody standing next to my bed. Let alone they done pour some hot shit on my face.
Oh, that child is never gonna be the same. Like,
I read she tried to commit suicide. I don't know if it's been since that happened or if that was before. I don't know which one.
The girl that did it tried to commit suicide.
I thought, damn, I read it wrong then. I thought it was the girl who it happened to.
No, the girl who did it tried to commit suicide.
I mean, I've seen a video of a girl pouring boiling hot water on like her brother, because she thought it was. She didn't. I don't know why she didn't think she knew what
It's
the hot ass water
boiling
do.
hot, bitch. Like that. It wasn't good enough for you to just run hot water. That would have been bad enough. You go to the sink, turn the water on hot, and just pour hot water. That wasn't enough. You got water and boiled it and then poured it on somebody. But you don't think that it might be a little bit more serious.
I just feel like that is the under 70 IQ version of a kid that will write his brother's name on the mirror and makeup. Like, I ain't know that shit was gonna turn out like that. I mean,
but these I feel young like kids, that's different.
Well, these young kids ain't took chemistry yet. You got little kids that still pulling the damn pot on themselves when their parents ain't turned the pot on the oven.
But you know that you didn't touch something hot before and it burned your ass, or you didn't boil noodles for yourself and splash some of the water. Like I don't accept that they don't know that boiling hot water will scald somebody. Like I just don't accept that, because I feel like these kids being latchkey kids with the parents working and shit that had to make meals for themselves before, and you didn't touch some hot shit. You know that shit is gonna burn. It burned your little ass. Why would you think it'd be different for her? Yeah. And then her parents talking about they be pranking each other like that's supposed to make it okay. But did my daughter post some hot shit on your daughter? Is your daughter gonna be disfigured for the whole rest of her fucking life? Get the fuck out of here. I don't give a shit how many pranks they pulled on each other. This was not a prank, bitch. Like, you trying to make excuses instead of just taking responsibility for what the fuck your daughter did. You out here making excuses for her and shit.
Hell no.
What the fuck? And then the shit was at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Cause people was like, where were the parents? Sleep. Cause it was at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So you got up at 3 o'clock in the morning and decided that you was gonna post some hot shit on your friend.
Hell no.
What the fuck?
Not my kids.
Where do these kids get these challenges from? Apparently, it's the boy. Like, part of it is pouring hot water on somebody, and then the other part of the challenge is sucking hot water through a straw. People then scalded the shit out of their throat.
Niggas dumb.
What is wrong with
and not
these
just
kids?
niggas. I said niggas because I use the word niggas liberally to mean everybody.
They got more stuff to do but play with than we ever had, and we wasn't doing no shit like it's like. They got all these options for shit they could be doing, and you decide to suck boiling hot water through a straw and fuck yourself up. Or you decide to suck a shot glass on your lips and bust all the blood vessels in your fucking lips and shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? I don't understand. The dumb shit I did as a kid was shit like trying to jump my bike over a storm drain and almost breaking my damn neck, or tying my brother's feet together. It wasn't no...
All I'm saying is, when you walk into a school and you see a whole bunch of kids with busted ass red lips, when you see a whole bunch of kids with fucking band-aids on their throat because it been burnt up, you can pretty much dictate what they report cards say. Is what I'm saying. Like, all A students ain't doing this dumb ass shit. All A and B and C students ain't doing this shit. They looking at that shit and being like, nah, boiling water hot as fuck, bro. Not doing that.
Yeah.
Or they looking at that shit and being like, no, y'all lips look crazy. I mean, it ain't that y'all doing it wrong. It's just that whole shit don't work.
Nope.
You know, motherfucker be like, they just doing it wrong. I'm finna do it the right way. Lips fucked up. Like.
And people were talking about the victim's mom, because she apparently she jumped on the girl and the girl mama. I probably would have did the same shit. If I come over, I left my child in your care and your bitch ass daughter scalded the shit out of my daughter. We don't even know if she gonna make it. I might fuck you and your daughter up. Is it right? No, but that I might have jumped on both of them too. I might have, because that's some serious shit. Not to mention, like I said, that child is going to be disfigured for the whole rest of her life. And she's like, what, 14 or 15? You know how fucking hard it is being 14 or 15 anyway? And now she gonna be disfigured as fuck her whole rest of her life because your daughter is a dumbass. Or either a dumbass or a sociopath. I don't know which one. But both of y'all about to catch these hands.
Hell no.
I feel like before I thought it through, was like, she's 14, you probably don't need to be putting hands on somebody that young. I probably would have whooped both of their asses too. I probably would. I'm be
I
honest.
feel like I'm gonna have contracts for my kids' friends.
I don't think I'm gonna be doing no staying over the folks' house shit because people don't watch their kids.
I will. I'm gonna bring their kids on my house, and I'm gonna be like, I don't play no goddamn pranks. I don't do no goddamn jokes. Don't come over here with no silly ass bullshit. If my kid come to your house, if you fuck my kid up, I will fuck you up. I will fuck your parents up. Like, I won't fuck you up because you a kid, but your parents, I'll strangle them in their goddamn sleep.
Your kids ain't gonna have no friends because ain't nobody gonna want them. His head is crazy as shit.
They don't have friends. They just, when they get ready to have them spend the night, it's gonna be a situation.
They ain't gonna want. Don't have his daddy crazy.
He gonna go home scared, crying. Woo, you gonna die in your sleep? What? We went over Mr. On Point house and I wanted his kid to spend the night, and then let me go talk to him. I will fucking slit your throat in your sleep if my kid come over here fucked up. I don't give a fuck. Don't let your kid do no dumbass prank shit to my kid, and we can be friends.
Wow. That is said in the most non-friendly way ever. We can be friends. No. I just don't trust.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't take the Bill Maher ride and be like, ha ha. It's a joke.
I don't think I can. I don't foresee me allowing my kids to do sleepovers. I don't even want other folk kids at my house. Like, I don't know about that. These kids are stupid, and I know kids are easily influenced, and as good as I might raise my kid, all it takes is you saying yes to the wrong thing one time and you gonna be fucked up. And I ain't got time for that. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know about that sleepover shit. Plus, I don't know about their parents and shit. It's pedophiles walking around out here all I just don't know. I don't know about that. I'm not trusting. I am suspicious of everybody. And then, like, I'm already suspicious because I watch all these damn shows on ID channel, and I'm just suspicious in general. When I have a child, the fruit of my loins, I'm not finna let you out here to be out here with these fucking predators and shit. Stay your ass in the house. Or I'm going too. We all gonna spend the night together. How about that?
We can do that. Well, that's all I got. You got anything else on your mind?
Kingston has a deflated balloon for a ball sack now.
We already talked about that empty Walmart bag.
I know,
shit
but
going
like
on.
I actually got a good look at it because I cut his. He has to get groomed. I groom him myself because he's an asshole, and I groomed him this morning, and it just looks like a deflated balloon. Like, you ever seen a balloon before you blow it up? That's what his ball sack look like right now.
What you thought it was gonna look like?
I don't know, but it just looks so funny. And I know it's probably terrible, but I laughed my ass. Like, I was crying laughing this morning when I got a good look at it.
Disrespectful as fuck.
He got his stitches out. He's good.
Whatever. Well, until we come to the next conversation,
We out.
holla.